Thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
This is Samantha Brown. I'm the corporate research chef here at Winston. We are in the food service kitchen, and I am joined with the incomparable Chef Barry Yates.
Thank you.
We're back in the kitchen again, finally. Now, we both have been vaccinated, so I just want to let you guys be aware that we are vaccinated.
Yes,
we're going
we
to
are.
try to keep our 3 feet
3
away
feet.
from it. Yeah, so
I think we're good.
Yeah, one arm.
Yeah.
No mask is needed, of course. And today we're talking about Sous Vide. Sous Vide application using C-Vap, your C-Vap. And we're going to talk a little bit about traditional sous vide versus what our C-Vap can do. And we're going to discuss a little bit about the usage of bags or using Bagless. And we have a few demonstrations for you. Actually, more than a few. We've got about 6 of them. So it's
Gonna be fun.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. Yeah.
Fast and Furious. We might have to do a second.
Second episode.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, a second series. Of this. I do ask that if you don't mind to mute your mic. And of course, if you have a question, feel free to unmute yourself or just write in chat. And we've got Will, Holly, and Ryan behind the scenes that's going to help communicate those questions for us. So first off, what is C-Vap? I'm going to assume like most of our audience has a wide range of knowledge of what that technique is. I'm going to ask you, Barry, what is your kind of idea around
Sous vide?
Sous vide.
Well, sous vide was. Will, I won't do that anymore. Was initially developed like in the early or late '60s as actually a method for preserving food, where food items were pulled under a vacuum and then cooked in a water bath, much like this, only at a much larger scale. It was actually developed, I think it was W.R. Grace, and it was used first for hospitals and nursing homes. And of course now it's evolved today to fine dining and gone everywhere, but that's basically sous vide.
It's a household name now, and a
Yeah.
lot of households have immersion circulators now. How did C-Vap kind of take in that application? How did that evolve?
Well, so interestingly enough, when I first started working here as the R&D chef, sous vide was not a big deal.
Right.
And another gentleman by the name of Bruno Gasalt, who I think he worked with Cryovac,
Right.
and he had a kitchen in DC where he was teaching people how to sous vide. And he asked me about C-Vap and if we could sous vide using C-Vap. I really hadn't ever thought of it, until he asked me that question. And it just so happened that because we have the ability to control the water vapor at exactly the temperature we want and independently control the air, we can basically create the same environment as an immersion circulator, only in a much larger volume.
Right. So if I understand this, and I'm 2 years, I've got 2 years under my belt here. How many years do you have under your belt?
It will be 30 June 1st.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, I
That's
can't
awesome.
believe it. I can't believe
They
it.
feel comfortable enough to put me
Yeah.
in front of the
Old
the
school,
camera.
new school.
Well, I've missed you.
I
I've
know.
missed you so
We
much.
have
I
so much
really
fun
have.
together.
So from my perspective, it's usually sous vide uses water as your medium. C-Vap uses vapor as your medium. It's both water.
Yep.
It's a liquid versus a gas. So and it works. It works.
Yep.
So let's start with our first demo.
Yeah, I was going to say, when we were talking earlier, you said that you actually, on the chicken breasts, compared side by side, and there was practically no calibration required, right?
No. No.
And this is what we have this set at 145.
145.
And the chicken.
145 on the water bath.
The chicken you did at 145.
145 sous vide. So that's a good segue. There's two methods that you can use on your C-Vap. I forgot to set up the program, but there's always something I'm missing. Okay, so 145 on the vapor and sous vide mode on the air. That's one method.
Yep.
You can set up your program that way. The other method is making your vapor and your air equal. So 145 on your vapor, 145 on your air. That nets a 100% relative humidity cabin. So that is maximizing your vapor potential inside the cabinet.
The only difference between that and this is actually the mild circulation.
True.
But we have convective circulation going on with the water vapor.
Right.
So
that's air, y'all.
yeah, there you go. You want to look at some chicken?
Let's look at some chicken. You want to pull out
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
I've got a double and a single there.
Do you have a preference?
Nope. No preference.
Well, I'll give you both, and you can do
Perfect.
what you want with it.
Oh, wait, Barry. I've got
Hey,
some
how
that
are
I didn't vacuum.
Uh-oh.
Doing all right? How you doing?
So
Okay.
let's talk a little bit about.
What's going on? I didn't realize you were down.
We've got someone not muted.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys. That's all right.
Do you need me to go get the other knife also?
Nope.
Oh.
I got nice below.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about bag versus not
Bagless?
bag. Yeah, bagless or no bag.
Well, one of the issues with traditional sous vide, we're demonstrating it right here. If you were in a traditional workstation trying to do sous vide, you have to deal with the messy bags and the water dripping. And with bagless, it goes straight to the plate. No
Straight to the
bag,
plate?
no dripping.
No bag, no dripping.
Yep.
No bag, no dripping. So, C-Vap, no bag.
C-Vap, no bag. Immersion circulator in a
This over
bag.
here. Okay. I'm just going to set this over here because I don't want it to fall. Because there's some purge in it.
And this was the immersion circulator,
I'm
correct?
going to put another piece right there, right in the center. Yeah, this is the immersion circulator.
Okay, gotcha.
So we've got some purge left
Yeah,
over.
we sure do.
So this is an unenhanced product. There's nothing in it. Unenhanced means there's no additional water, no additional salt or chicken broth or whatever they're adding to it.
Just pure
Just
chicken breast.
Just chicken.
Just chicken.
Yeah. C-Vap bag. I'm actually going to turn these around because I think we might be able to get a
Yeah.
better look of them from that angle. Okay. No, just by looking at them, I mean, this looks more like a natural piece where this has, where it's been vacuumed. You know, it's got some funky edges.
Yep.
It's got some of the
Albumin.
the albumin, which is basically like white blood cells,
Yep.
protein. So let's cut into these. Let me grab a knife.
So you had asked earlier about C-Vap and sous vide, and the concept is to get a product to the exact doneness that you want without it going over. So in an immersion circulator, you would set the water bath, and in this case, it was 145. And it takes, how long did it take in the immersion circulator to get to 145?
I try to get everybody on the same schedule, about an hour.
Yeah, okay. I mean, obviously, it's not going to go over. But then in C-Vap, that's exactly what you're doing as well. You set the water vapor at 145 and use the sous vide mode,
Right.
or set the water at 145 and the air at 145,
Yeah.
and your chicken breast goes straight to 145.
Right. Precision cooking. Bag or no bag. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Really.
I tell you another thing about this type of cooking is thinking about trying to cook a perfect chicken breast in a kitchen environment. That's a very, 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 very stressful environment.
Consistency is the key, right?
Yep.
And it's hard to do that.
It is. And I don't care if you're the best trained chef in the world trying to do 45 chicken breasts to exactly 145. It gives you a very small window to work with.
Yes.
With this, obviously we could have whole trays
Yes.
of chicken breasts, literally 100,
Yes.
just sitting there waiting for us to do whatever we want to do with it, right?
Right. So let's talk about the end temperature, 145. So the food safety, let's say 160, 165s for chicken. So this technically you would want to put on the grill or put it in the saute pan and finish it to push it over that finish line. But that goes back to speed of service. So starting from a raw breast on a grill, or starting from this basically 90% cooked consistently, and then you finish it.
To cook chicken breast that size on a grill is going to take about 9 minutes.
Right? And then the ends are going to be dry, a little crispy, though.
Yep.
I mean, I don't mind a little bit of that, but I would say your edible portion that's perfect is substantially less than what this will be.
And with this method, it's sitting at 145, and then it's literally, I think we've timed it, 1.5 minutes, about a minute and then 30 minutes on the other side, and you're on the plate and out the door.
That's what we're talking about.
So the difference between 9 minutes and 1.5 minutes.
Right. That's huge.
Amazing. Yeah.
And consistent.
And consistent.
Every
Yep.
time. Okay. So, eggs. Let's talk
Eggs?
about eggs.
Okay, you want me to get this out of your way?
Yes, please. Okay, so we've got a shashuka. Shashuka. I'm probably butchering that word. That's okay.
A shakshuka?
God bless you. So this is a dish that you probably wouldn't dare use in an immersion circulator. And I did it in an individualized kind of format. Of course, you could do it, full-size hotel pan, or a nice round Rondo skillet type. But today, what I have for you is a ramekin, like a creme brulee ramekin that's got shashuka sauce base and then an egg on top of it. And let me go grab it.
This is one of my favorite dishes. You know what we should have done?
What
I didn't
should we
even
have
think about chow mushi.
Chow who?
Mushi.
I don't know what that is.
It's eggs whipped with I'm losing my words today.
Oh,
with
I have a problem with that.
dashi.
Oh, okay.
And it's a Chinese egg custard.
Oh.
It's so delicate. It's beautiful.
That's 2.0.
Yeah.
2.0. We'll do that. Okay, so.
And I'm probably butchering that word as well.
Oh, that's okay. We're from Kentucky. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, so traditionally, let's say we'll. Let me do here real quick. Sorry, Barry. I've got a little bit of fresh cilantro to garnish, and boom, you're out the door. But let's look at this a little bit closer. So the program for this was 145 sous vide. Now, I've actually looked at going up to 160. That's personally what I like. 145 gives you a nice soft boiled texture on the white.
And kind of custardy in the yolk.
Absolutely. So that gets you it's still a runny yolk even at 160. I think the yolk does really well. So I'm just going to spoon this.
That's beautiful.
So 145 sous vide mode, and then that was for about 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere around there. And then I removed that and put it in a drawer at 136. Still zero differential, but it's a holding cabinet. And there we have beautiful poached eggs, and you can do all sorts of stuff. We do sunny side eggs for a demonstration a lot. That's really kind of an eye-opening demonstration. But you can do any sort of egg dish, and it cooks and holds beautifully.
So tell us though, how did you do this? How did you prepare this?
I preheated the sauce, put about 5 to 6 ounces in the ramekin, and then I just kind of moved the sauce to the edges and cracked an egg in there.
Right in it?
Yeah.
And so literally you could have done 100 of those.
Easily.
And have them waiting for breakfast.
Or did bulk, like whole sheet pans of it.
Gotcha.
For buffets, what have you.
Cool.
Yeah, I like the individualized though.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
It looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think another thing while we're on eggs, because there's so much emphasis on what happens to the egg at different temperatures, right?
Right.
That no matter what you want, you could do that type of egg in the C-Vap. And I was thinking about, if you're used to, what brand is this, a Nova?
A Nova.
Or if you have a Jewel from Chef Steps, or...
Oh, there's so many brands now.
There's so many. You could use their guidelines on our C-Vap. So if you're already used to doing this, you can use the same set points. You may have to tweak them just a little bit.
Sure. Depends on what your
but
target is.
you can start there for sure, and you're going to get the same type of results in here that you are used to getting out of here.
It translates beautifully. It really does. And you don't even have to use the guidelines. All the guidelines are online now. There's so much information out there. I like to use Series Eats. Series Eats is a really good one that I like to. Right? Yeah,
and we don't mind. We support all those guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are doing tons of great work to help promote cooking. Good cooking.
Right.
Good cooking.
I am going to roll in to some steaks.
Steaks. Fun.
I'm just going to set this right down here. Actually, we can go back into it.
Right there?
Beautiful. Right beside you, Barry.
Yep.
Okay.
What kind of steaks you do,
I went a little
Samantha?
steak happy. A little steak crazy.
You telling me
Well,
you did
that's-
all those together?
I did all. Wait, not just those. I did these two. I did. These
Oh,
two.
Lord.
I did these two. Okay.
Well,
So
how in the world did you do all those different steaks together when they're all different thicknesses? They're all different cuts. How'd you do that? Magic.
No, just- okay, so for one, the program that I used was 130 on the vapor, 130 on the air. Of course, if you want to use your legacy equipment, that's 130 and zero differential, or 130 sous vide. So there's a couple of different methods that you can utilize. So what happens is 130 is your end temperature cook. That's what everything is going to go. Now, everything might have taken a little bit more time to get to 130, like these larger pieces, but they won't go over. So you can have, like right here, I have 8-ounce fillets and a 4-ounce fillet, and I'm going to cut into both of them, and you'll see that they're both beautifully pink from end to end. Same with the strip steak, same with the ribeye. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish one of these beautiful fillets on my induction burner over here. So,
Another thing that I think it's important to see too is that we actually did bagless and bag.
that's true. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bagless and bag. Now, we aren't a proponent, I don't think, I personally anyway, of one way or the other. Because sometimes I like to use bags when I'm wanting to get a marinade on it,
Yes.
or if I'm wanting to set a texture.
Yeah.
Because if you put a brine in that and vacuum seal it, you'll get a much firmer product. So depending on what I'm wanting to have happen with the steak, that or the chicken breast or whatever else we've got coming out,
Right.
that's what makes me decide if I'm going to use a bag or not. If I'm doing a buffet and a banquet that I have to have 100 fillets, I'm probably not using a bag.
Right.
I'm going to use just like Sam's done here. And plenty of salt. Yum, yum.
You gotta have plenty of salt all the way around. So I just took it straight off the pan and dabbed any excess water. That should be kind of standard operating procedures for anyone that's getting ready to sear something.
Ooh.
I
Love
know,
that
and then
sound.
it's
And I
like-
love that smell.
I do too. There's something about it. It's very, very, very pleasing.
What did I see you use for its shortening?
Lard.
Oh, the woman that's my own heart.
Okay, good. I was right.
No,
Welcome
you
to
know me.
I don't have duck fat today. Sorry.
Well, lard is
Lord.
perfect. One thing that people don't understand about that is that it'll take a lot more heat than butter. Lard will
Alright.
stand up.
Yeah, the smoke point on it's
Yes.
a lot bigger.
Yep.
Yeah, it said that.
Now,
over
there
the
you go.
I have to do that. I've been doing that for a little
Yeah.
bit.
No,
since
it
the
gives
start.
it gives the beef a specific umami too. I like using lard on my steaks.
Yeah, yeah, I liked it. Let's see.
So
Let me
why
do
don't
some-
you cut
cut
one of
into this
those
one? Okay,
so everybody can see what it looks like on the inside?
okay. I'm just gonna pop this back in here.
Okay.
So I know this looks pretty anemic right now. Of course, you could have pre-seared it. You could have
Yes.
pre-seared it and did the same program.
We have a lot of folks doing that in a la minute restaurants. They'll put a finish on whatever protein they're dealing with first, and then put it in the C-Vap and let it get to the endpoint they want. So then all they do is sauce it
Yep,
and out the door.
perfect for banquet.
Yes.
Banquet style, I would say
Absolutely.
pre-sear is probably the way to go.
Yep, absolutely. Look at that sear. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It's the Lord. It's all in the Lord.
I know. A dear friend of mine, Barbecue King, Mike Mills, used to say, "Praise the Lord."
Praise the, that's
Uh-huh.
something now. Praise the Lord.
Yep.
All right, let's cut into one of these. So basically, it should be the same thing across all
Yep.
all these cuts. Okay, you're going to see the anemic outside, but a consistent
But it's still
collar,
beautiful
Consistent
because
collar.
it's consistent end to end, top to bottom, and it doesn't matter the thickness.
Let's cut into this. This is probably going to hurt a lot of people, but
I know.
it's still edible. We will sear it after the camera's off, and we'll
There
go
you
to
go.
town on it. So don't you worry, y'all. Okay. I know it hurts me a little bit. I know.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Ribeye's a little wobbly, but that's okay. Okay. All right. Hey, pull these puppies off. Okay, so about a minute each side to sear. Okay.
Can you see those steaks that she just pulled? Those, I was gonna say, they're
I need to
beautiful.
pull them forward a little bit. Let me scoot these down. Okay.
This
So
is like super steaks for dummies.
this is
Look
the,
at that.
the 4 ounce. The 4 ounce fillet. Well, if I can get it to get up there, okay. Versus the 8 ounce. Now, in real world, we'd sear all edges, right? But you get the gist.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that berry.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, and this is the way to do it, y'all.
And what would you say? That sear was about 2 minutes, wasn't it?
2 minutes total, and a minute
Yeah.
each side. I might have got a minute and a half on that other one because I was multitasking.
And to cook that steak to that perfection on a grill or flat top is going to take you about 12 minutes.
Easy. You're also going to get that bullseye.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you'll have to wait and let it,
Rest.
before slicing.
That's
it
what I was
into
going to
it.
say. I don't know if you all can tell out there, but there's no moisture being lost from any of these steaks.
Yeah, look at the cutting board. I mean,
And we didn't rest a single steak
No.
because they were already rested.
Yeah.
You're going to have to cut a small piece of that
Okay,
full.
I can do that. All right. Quality.
Quality check.
Quality check. There you go.
Thank
Let's try
you.
it together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. That's
Lard
good
and salt.
Mm.
It's beautiful.
Okay. All right, I made a mess. That's okay. So, in the same cabinet that we cooked all these steaks in, we have salmon.
Ah,
So fish, let's talk about fish. Barry, you have more experience in fish about me. So,
we've done a lot of fish.
Yeah.
There's not any fish that I've encountered that we don't do well. Are we good
I'm gonna do.
for there?
I'm gonna do white on this guy.
Okay. Yeah, we've done monkfish, we've done scallops, shrimp, lobster, which I think you've done
We
today.
got lobster. We got lobster on
Um,
the
Crayfish. Linda did a monstrous crab not too long ago.
She shared that in Facebook, didn't
Did she? I think so.
C-Vap operators. You guys need to check it out. If you're not members, you need to
Need to join.
Need to join.
Yeah, we give help to everybody. Guy wrote in yesterday about ribs,
Yep.
frozen ribs, and his chef was out and he didn't know what to do with it in C-Vap, and we told him right there on the webs, on Facebook. But yeah, so we've done salmon, turbo. I don't think there's anything we haven't done.
Right.
Yeah. And the doneness, interestingly enough, the doneness is different on a lot of them depending on the fat content.
Yeah. The qualities of the fish itself.
Mhm.
So we did 130 sous vide on these, and of course we did the bagged version versus the unbagged version. And let me just say this real quick. So everything is on a rack. I think just elevating everything, it just helps with airflow, it helps with consistency,
Right.
just all the way around. Any perch is just going to go down below it, and it's not sitting in its own, purge water.
Yep.
So
Looks beautiful. And then
It does.
another thing that I would say on doneness temperatures. I've seen people that say that salmon is best at 126. And if you're a member of that club, that's fine.
Right.
I like this particular set point that we've chosen because the fish is still beautiful. It's firm, but it's still very, very moist. And I think that salmon, I like it coming off like that because I would probably finish this salmon with a hard sear on the...
Do you mind if I do lard?
No.
Is that a faux pas? I don't want to get in trouble for that.
No. I have a monkfish dish
Ooh.
that I wrap bacon around and treat it like
wow.
a beef tenderloin.
Oh, that sounds...
And then braise it in red wine.
Oh, maybe
It
that's
is-
2.0. Maybe we do
Yeah,
that.
that's beautiful.
Okay.
No, fish and lard go together
Alright.
all the time.
Okay, good. Alright, so this is obviously it's skin on. It's about a 6-ounce portion. Of course, I've got a couple of odds and end pieces. Like this is obviously a much smaller piece, but again, it's going to that end point
That's
cook
beautiful.
at 130, and
You can see that
Not
it's
about
not dry. It's just starting
have
to
a fork.
flake.
I'm just going to flake it a
Oh.
little bit. Thank you, sir. I'm just going to do a gentle flake here. And you can see how moist it is. I mean, it's just
Still
beautiful.
just a little translucent.
Yep. A little bit of the albumin on the top.
Yeah.
I said it right that time.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so to sear, again, I'm going to do it skin side down. And my pan is smoking hot.
Not going to take much.
Nope. Let's just dab that top. Okay, where's my first spatula? Just a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt. Okay.
It's not too bright, is it?
Oh, I actually have a beurre blanc over
Oh,
here.
do you?
I do. I've got a beurre
Sweet.
blanc
I
that I've been
forgot about
holding in
that.
the drawer.
With the shakuka.
Yeah.
Whoa. Better get me a towel for that.
Yeah, it's 136 on that hole, so it's a little warm. So we'll probably do about 30 seconds, skin side down. Does that sound right? 30 seconds-ish. And then just kiss it on the top side.
Look at that.
And you're good to go. Serve it skin side up. This is a beurre blanc that I've been holding, Sous Vide style, C-Vap style. Ah. It did great.
Look
You can
beautiful.
hold hollandaise. You can hold hollandaise. If you can hold sunny side up eggs, you
Yep.
can hold hollandaise. So any sort of the really delicate, I mean, C-Vap is meant for those delicate components.
Smells marvelous.
I did not salt that sauce, but
I can smell it though.
yeah, you just maybe a little
There you
bit
go.
of salt there. Okay,
Beautiful dish.
all right. Smoking hot pan. Set to the side. All right.
So what do you have next? How can we do so many dishes in such a short amount of time?
That's because everything was done in C-Vap, and we planned for everything, right? So pre-planning is the key, I think. Especially when you want everything to come out all at once, and maybe some things have a different time. Like, for example, the eggs took 30 minutes. Pretty much all the proteins that we did took about an hour. So you hit your go time and then work back accordingly. That's kind of how we set it up.
You're telling me that it actually helps you manage your labor.
Absolutely.
Ha!
Ah.
Puts all the work up front, right?
Upfront work, minimal labor.
There you go.
All right. So we've been looking at a lot of protein. What about vegetables?
Vegetables?
Vegetables, particularly carrots.
Okay.
So
We've got carrots.
we got carrots. We got carrots for days.
Look at you, Sam. You got bag and bagless again.
Well, I just want you to know that you can obviously utilize bags in C-Vap. You can also, again, we're going back to endpoint cooking, and that's the thing with like things like carrots. We've got two different formats here, but they're going to have kind of the same texture to them. This is so. Just to go back to what the program was. There is a stipulation. If you're using sous vide mode, it goes up to 150. From there, you just, like I said before, you set your vapor and your air equal to each other. So anything past 150, you cannot use sous vide mode, but you still can achieve that 100% relative humidity by setting your vapor and your air equal to each other. And that's what I did with these carrots. 185 on the vapor, 185 on the air. And this was a 30-minute cook, and it's been holding for about an hour. And the texture of both types of carrot,
Still toothsome. Mm-hmm.
somewhat al dente, still, and tender. Now I would serve these immediately, or serve these, maybe not any additional cooking required. Season. Like Barry said before, a benefit of using bags is that vacuum marinade. So that would be a benefit of
Ginger, honey.
Ginger, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be beautiful.
absolutely. So
Another vegetable that a lot of our customers like to do is broccoli.
oh, right.
So they'll blanch it the traditional way, put it in bags, portioned at 3 ounces,
Uh-huh.
and just pull to garnish plates.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So it stays perfectly green, perfect texture, and it's out the door.
How do you guys fix your vegetables in C-Vap? Let us know.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be curious. All right, so vegetables, pretty much we can do any sort of vegetable. I think finding that temperature is key.
It is.
And of course, there's tons of online resources. And of course, you can always reach out to Barry and me for our thoughts and guidance in that. Let's clean this up in our last demo for the day. Lobster.
Lobster.
Lobster tails. Lobster tails. Okay.
Any questions?
Can you also roast veggies in a C-Vap?
Ah, can you roast veggies in a C-Vap?
You sure can.
I think if you go to our blog, our culinary blog, we have quite a few examples of roasted vegetables. I know we've done cauliflower, Brussels sprouts,
Yep. Onions,
broccoli,
peppers, mushrooms.
peppers, new potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
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 What's your setting for roasting?
I normally do 200 on the vapor, 350 on the air.
Me too.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise.
Yep. Good minds, you know.
Yep.
All
Just
right.
takes a little bit more time for some than others. But
Yeah, it depends on the cut.
Yep. Lobster?
Lobster.
Mm-mm.
Let's All right. So we have two different sizes. Of course, this is the smaller size. It came with a little bit of compound butter. All I did was take them out of the shell, put them in a bag with that compound butter that came with it, and vacuum packed it. The program is 134, 134, or 134 in sous vide mode. Of course, it's under 150, so you can use that sous vide mode. And then for these larger guys, just clip the fins here and cut with a pair of scissors. Just cut down the back of the shell. And what you have is this succulent lobster tail.
And
I'm gonna
what
open
what
this up.
cycle did you use on these?
134, 134.
Okay, so I was going to say, again, it doesn't matter which doneness you want. This is going to be done in about an hour, is that correct?
Yes.
So if you wanted it up to 146, which some people like it more firm,
Yes.
you would set it at 146 as opposed to
134.
as opposed to 134. I know some people like it at even lower, 120. I think that I posted a recipe for lobster rolls. If y'all want to go look at our blog for that, and that'll show you the temperatures that I chose that day for my lobster. But it makes for
Oh, wow. Okay. So again, this is a smaller
tender.
piece.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller than that.
Man,
It's juicy.
pick up the flavor, and it's
The
butter.
The compound butter has got garlic and some parsley and
Hmm.
maybe a little lemon. It's really nice.
but it's not rubbery.
It's not
just,
chewy.
No,
It's tender. It's succulent. It's what you want lobster to be.
it's perfect. It's perfect.
All right, high five, dude. Yeah. Okay. So, should we run through the benefits?
Sure.
So we've got speed of service, just like we saw with
On-
the beef, the steaks,
On every
or the
dish.
chicken, pretty
Yeah.
much everything. Consistency of product, volume of product, solution for high volume. You know, you can only put so much product in that.
That's another point that I failed to bring up earlier. So, the one issue I do have with immersion circulators, especially for folks that aren't really experienced using them, you know, there's only so much energy that a 120 volt circuit is going to deliver. And even though we're not cooking quickly, it still takes energy. So the timing changes as you add more and more bags. And obviously in this type of container, you can only put 10 bags. But do 10 bags, how long does 10 bags stay in versus one? And is there enough energy to get it to the precise temperature that you want? That's why you're using this. I recommend using insulated containers
Right.
so that you aren't losing energy, and
Yeah.
that makes it more efficient.
And a lid.
Yeah, and a lid. The other thing is think about doing 100 pieces here. That would require 10 immersion circulators.
Of that size.
Yeah, and I know a couple of kitchens that have 4 to 6.
Right.
But think about how much energy is going up in smoke.
And where are
literally.
all those setting? You know.
Yeah.
They're-
So,
you're eating up valuable workspace.
yeah.
There.
Another thing is the managing of these bags. You saw we're using all standard hotel ware,
Yeah.
sheet pans, steam table pans.
Yep.
You can use thirds, quarters, sixths, whatever is in your kitchen. That takes a lot of the labor out. Not clipping bags,
Yeah.
just picking up pieces. So
Yeah.
the other thing that I don't know that we really highlighted a lot, but this doesn't take an expert to do this. you can be minimally trained
Yes.
as long as the equipment is set correctly and you know the temperatures are what you want them to be, whether it's an immersion circulator or C-Vap. Anybody can do this.
Anybody.
And you saw the searing, 1.5 minutes and out the door. So you can use less train labor to get more consistent food all the time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think that we are done for the day. Thank you all so much for joining us. Barry, can't wait till
Pleasure.
next time. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? All right.
Give
Hope
us
y'all-
any ideas.
Yes, yes. Please, do you have any questions? Please feel free to go ahead and unmute your mic and let us know. Feel free to type in the chat. If you guys are too shy to do that, contact us on our website or through the
Operate,
Facebook
yeah.
C-Vap Operators group. We'd love to have you there. We'd love to hear what you're doing. There's so much you can do with these, and we just love the flexibility, the consistency of this product.
And share your C-Vap dishes on Instagram. And tag us.
Yes.
Tag us.
Tag us.
Hey, Bill, I see you have a question. Could you unmute your mic and
Let me turn some of these off.
Barry, I missed the temperature for the steaks that you sous vide.
the steaks?
130. 130 on the vapor, 130 on the air. If you have legacy, that's 130 and 0 on your food texture or browning.
Yeah, and I'm glad you even brought that back up. One of the ways that we did this demo, but a lot of our customers have like 3 small C-Vaps, and they'll have one set at 135, one set at 150, and another set at 165, and they'll have all of their different proteins there, and they're ready, and then they have different sauces and different finishing, but all of the center of the plate items are ready to serve immediately. And the steaks are generally always at 130.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have a question?
All right, guys, we'll be doing this again.
Yeah,
Um,
I had fun.
yeah, register with us. You'll be the first to know the next time we're doing this. Thank you for your time today. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.